Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short, little unboxing video to share with you guys. I didn't take a big enough breath before I started the intro, about passed out there. I have to remember to breathe sometimes. That probably doesn't surprise any of you. Thanks so much to Artisan Cutlery for sending these in for me to take a look at and scream at. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, all that. Make sure you turn your notifications on for my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the bell. Make sure your phone accepts notifications, all that. Today's video is just an unboxing and first impressions. We're not reviewing anything. I don't know what these are because I wasn't expecting anything. They appear to be budget artisans. What are they called? The Simoon, which is probably a thing that I don't know about, and my viewers will educate me on the Stonewash AR RPM 9 blade and blue G10 for the handle. Now, assuming that these are budget knives, hopefully the price will be reasonable, right? Depends on what it is, I guess, that we're looking at here. Oh, do we have? Oh, okay. So these are actually pretty fun. This is something that I've said that they definitely should have been doing for a while. This is their recoil lock, which I think was overhauled. I remember years and years and years ago, I got a sort of a Cutlery blade from a CJRB, and it had this recoil lock thing on it, and I was like, oh, cool. That's pretty neat, right? And then we just didn't really see it again for a long time. And then we got the shark lock, and I mean, literally, it was like years they didn't utilize it. Now, it is still an axis lock with Omega springs, so there are, in my opinion, superior systems out there, but there's nothing wrong functionally outside of, the fact that occasionally the Omega springs can break. It's easy to replace. They can break. But this is completely and totally ambidextrous, and instead of being limited to just the crossbar lock, you can also use this little tab back here, which I think is very, very convenient and doesn't feel all that different from a Demco shark lock. It's a different spring. The shark lock it also engages differently, but the shark lock uses a coil spring and this is Omega springs, but it's nice to have that option. I personally prefer to disengage this lock versus a crossbar lock, so it's nice to have that option on such, assuming probably a very inexpensive knife. I'm going to guess this is probably about 45 bucks. I would hope so, right? I also don't mind that blade shape. That's kind of neat. It looks like when I was a kid, I had a plastic pirate sword with this exact blade shape of scimitar kind of thing. I don't mind this at all. If you're worried about the button or this lump right here creating ergonomic discomfort, it's actually pretty rounded. So even choked up, like way up here, I can't say that it really bothers me all that much. I also really like the coil spring, or not the coil spring, the crossbar spring tension on this. Artisan had the good sense to use high tension Omega springs. They might even be adjustable if you take the scales off. You might have different holes and things like that. Did you guys... We still have a little code here, but this is... Now it just says Artisan. Did you guys get rid of that symbol? Is that what happened there, maybe? Or did they still use the symbol? I don't know. It's been so long, I haven't even thought about it. I mean, I've handled so many knives. It's just like, it's just a blur. It's like a visual non-thing to me anymore, so I don't even know. The pocket clip is ambidextrous, as it should be with a locking system like this. And typically, Artisan does a really, they do a really good crossbar lock as far as how, how much you can trust it locking up. So the same thing here in, looks like an OD green maybe. Yeah, kind of in between OD and forest and then black coated. Probably nothing special. I don't even think PVD, but that's okay. This is a great example of you can make a knife. A lot of times making a knife look cool, and I understand that's really subjective, but okay, replace cool with not typical Benchmade bug out shaped knife, right? Like the typical knife shape. A lot of times when you go for like a wilder aesthetic, you sacrifice sometimes meaningful utility, either in the blade or in terms of ergonomics. In this case, this is a great example of it's still very, very much utilitarian. And I don't think they really sacrificed anything, and you still get like a pretty cool blade shape. Even did a little bit extra here with the scales to not, you know, have this area be super duper boring. What do we have for the last one here? All black. Gotta always have an all black one, definitely. If you're new, if you come here from TikTok, oh God bless it. If you've been engaging with the knife world exclusively on TikTok, one, I'm sorry. That's such a bummer that you've had all of that stuff advertised to you. Most of the stuff over there is very, very low quality knockoffs and counterfeits. Sometimes you'll have companies like CGRB advertising over there, which is great. We need more companies like CGRB and Kaiser and Vosteed advertising on TikTok so that we can push out the garbage, stop incentivizing these tiny little TikTok content creators pushing this counterfeit and low quality garbage on unsuspecting consumers. And stuff like this that is actually, I've been reviewing knives for years. I've been reviewing CGRB and Artisan Cutlery, right? They definitely have had ups and downs, but overall they do make an honest, good quality product that is dependable, and generally it's a pretty good value. Sometimes their stuff is a little boring and they release things, it's like, I don't know if you really needed to release this, but as far as are they legitimate? Are they good for the money? Yes. Typically, yes. So more stuff like this over on TikTok, I hope in the future, right? More companies figuring out how to work TikTok's systems and get their products up in people's faces. That would be better. Stuff like this, I think, is great. If it's going to end up being right around, you know, about 45 bucks, then yes, absolutely. What is AR-RPM9 for anybody who doesn't know? We found out, originally they advertised it as a powder form of 9CR 18 MOV, and we found out that it's more like a spray form of 9CR 18 MOV. And what is 9CR 18 MOV? I think it's pretty close to like 440B, which is fine. It's nothing special, right? Easy to touch up. It's a good steel for people learning, you know, like if you're it's a great example of how a very mediocre steel with proper geometry can actually perform pretty well. It's stainless, it's pretty tough, it won't hold an edge very long, but it's also insanely easy to touch up. So if you have good blade geometry in the first place, then all of this sort of works together. It's great for, these are the types of knives that I like to recommend to newer people because it's a great place to learn about what makes a knife better than a lot of the junk that's at the bottom of the knife world, right? But anyways, let's do a few size comparisons here real quick. Is this the Kershaw Iridium? I think I always forget that one. I've got a whole bunch of other budget knives here. We have the Vision FG isn't quite a budget knife, pretty close though. Civivi Vision FG, we have the Vosteed Raccoon here. We also have the Vosteed Porcupine, two of my favorite budget knives ever. We also have the, what is this? The Acacia? Is that what that is? The Acacia? Is that wrong? I can't remember. We have the Pyrite Light. And what's this? The Miguron Moyarl Titanium and 14C28N. So it's kind of right there in that general zone. So yeah, what is this called? The Spittoon? No, the Simoon. Spittoon. Yeah, it's fine, assuming they keep the price, you know, reasonable. That's going to be pretty much it today, guys. This knife will get a review. Excuse me, oh my gosh. This knife will get a review ways down the road. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.